Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of 10-Sided Dice on WTEN Plus. I'm your host, Jackson Tollerton. I will be our Dungeon Master today. We're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is going to be our third episode of our series on the adventure Trouble in the Dark Forest. And I am joined once again by a very, very special guest, my father, Len Tollerton. Welcome back. How's it going, Dad?
Good. How are you?
I'm dandy. We're back playing some D&D together. If you haven't checked out our first two episodes in the series, please go and check that out. You can see it on our website or on WTN Plus's app. We are with Chibi Chung, the human fighter. He has made his way to the Dark Forest after stopping into the town of Glen Hollow, looking to get some adventuring in, get some coin. After making a few acquaintances at the Big Boar Inn, he found that the local baron is looking for someone to deal with an owl bear problem. An owl bear, this big, ferocious, bear-sized creature with feathers and beak like an owl, has been reported to have been attacking folks on the road, travelers on the road, and we just can't have that. We can't have the trade road being attacked by monsters. So Chibi Chung set off. He had made contact with a local ranger in the town, a man named Bertrand, who was kind of leading the investigation and the hunt for this owl bear. He and Bertrand and Chibi Chung, our hero here, spoke and kind of discussed the situation, and Bertrand said that he found it a bit strange for an owl bear to stray so far from its den, suspecting that maybe the thing was sick, had rabies or something, and was acting errantly. Working with Bertrand, our hero Chibi Chung traveled about an hour and a half on the road away from Glen Hollow, and got to this forest glade where you guys approached the owl bear's cave den. You found the owl bear erratically moving around at the outside of its cave, seemingly a little disoriented, before it sort of slumped down into the ground, ready for would seem to be a nap of some sort. As you guys approached, you noticed a couple things. You guys found that not only was the owl bear in front of its cave protecting what seemed to be 2 owl bear eggs, of course with the potential of more owl bears, but also having quite a value of themselves, them being so rare to find. You also found that the owl bear seemed to have an arrow sticking out, or rather a crossbow bolt sticking out of its side, dripping with this dark, murky purple liquid that you suspected to be some sort of poison, perhaps. As you guys were you and Bertrand were discussing the best move forward, you guys noticed what seemed to be a dwarf hunter, this kind of stout ranger with a cloak and some leather armor on, carrying a big crossbow and accompanied by a gray timber wolf, trying to sneak past the sleeping owl bear, unaware of your guys' presence, trying to go and snag these owl bear eggs away from the cave. You and Bertrand confronted this poacher who made it pretty clear that he had tried to subdue the owl bear and get into the cave and steal its eggs. And you guys made him aware that he had not used the right dose of poison, and that his actions had caused the injuries of others on the road, as this owl bear has kind of acted chaotically in its poisoned haze. This poacher, as poachers often do, seemed to not really care about such repercussions, started to go for the eggs. You guys went to grab for your weapons, and that is when the owl bear itself started to stir from its sleep. Not knowing what the creature's actions would be. You guys got ready for anything. And that's where we left off in our first 2 episodes. We're going to be going into now what is known as initiative. We're going to be doing an initiative roll to see kind of where everybody's going to be acting in this combat. So we're doing a little theater of the mind here, but we have our 2 companions. We have Chibi Chung and Bertrand, both grabbing for their weapons. They're in front of the cave mouth. In front of this stirring owlbear, and this poacher and his wolf are starting to run toward the cave and try and grab an owlbear egg or 2. Each owlbear egg is over like a foot wide, is this big, massive egg. So in the combat, we have Chibi Chung, we have Bertrand, we have the poacher, we have the wolf, and we have the owlbear. So we have 5 notches of initiative here. Let's go ahead and we'll start with our hero, Chibi Chung. We'll cut to the dice cam. So he's going to be rolling an initiative roll, which, unless he has any extra bonuses, is his dexterity modifier.
+3.
+3, all right.
And I rolled a 9. So
9 on the die, so a total of 12 for Chibi Chung. Let's go ahead and we'll cut back here. I got a couple of rolls to do here. I'm going to be rolling for Bertrand first. We got the same thing, but a little less. Just about the same roll. He got an 11, so he's going to be going slightly after you. Gerald the poacher, very ready for action here. He's going to be going first. He got a 21 on his initiative.
Wow.
His wolf Poochie, not quite so ready for combat. Got a 6 going near the end. And the wild card, the owlbear, who is kind of confused and roaring, kind of like squawk roaring, as you guys are all getting ready to go to battle. Here's the owlbear's roll. Also quite ready for combat with a 16. Okay, so first action here, the poacher sees you guys kind of getting ready, sees the owlbear stirring. He's going to turn, he's going to fire his crossbow, I should say, toward you and Bertrand. Let's see who he's going to go for. Would you like evens or odds?
I'll take odds.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Forgot to get you back on here. There's been a lot of me cam here. Going for odds. Odds it is with a 1. So the crossbow bolt is coming your way. Mm-hmm. What is Chibi Chung's armor class?
His armor class is 15.
Okay. Got my sheet of stats here. 15, you said?
Yes.
It's going to be a 17 on the die. The poacher is on it. He's trying to get these eggs that he came for. He's going to hit you with his crossbow 4. Be 7 points of piercing damage, Chibi Chung. A bolt, I think they're about 6 inches long, has a kind of sharp metal tip, whistles through the air of the kind of like mid-afternoon and sinks into your lower belly of your armor. And you feel this like heavy dart hit into you from this hunter. That is his turn. That's going to bring us to the owlbear. Now this is going to be the really interesting one. I'll even have you roll it on our dice cam here. So the owlbear is confused.
Okay.
It is poisoned. Okay. And it also notices that people are invading its den, and its eggs need protecting. We're going to be rolling a die to determine randomly who the owlbear is going to go for. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and roll me a D8.
All right.
1 to 2 is you, Chibi Chung. 3 to 4 is Bertrand, your companion. 5 to 6 is Gerald the poacher, and 7 to 8 will be Poochie the wolf.
Here we go. 3, Bertrand.
Makes sense. One of the closest people to the owlbear at the time. This commotion starts, and you see this owlbear get up and swipe 2 big, like, bear mitt claws at Bertrand. Let's see how it goes. Bertrand only has a 14 armor class. He's wearing some leather armor.
Bertrand's going to be in trouble, I believe.
That is going to be a Oh, yeah. That's a 21 to hit Bertrand.
Oh my goodness.
And, oh, I rolled the wrong die. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, man. You see this claw reach up. These two claws kind of rear up as this like 10-foot tall owlbear is now in front of you. Comes down, raking its claws across Bertrand's chest for 12 points of slashing damage. You see Bertrand is like like woozy immediately as he starts to like just drip blood from his armor after having taken such a heavy blow from this owlbear. And he kind of like looks over at you and he says, "Yeah, you might need to get out of here if things don't go well, but let's give it a shot at least." And he like you see him kind of like blink a few times to make sure he's still conscious here as the battle goes on. That is the owlbear's turn. We are to you, Chibi Chung. What would you like to do?
Chibi Chung I am going to just take off running towards the poacher.
Okay.
And will be swinging my short sword at him. When I get there, I would think that's probably, I don't know how many feet, probably 20 feet away.
Yeah, I'd say you're within your movement read. Yeah, about 20 feet away.
Okay, I'm running right towards him and going to be swinging the sword.
Okay. You, as you kind of leave go past the owlbear, this will be our first in the series. You're going to be provoking an attack of opportunity from the owlbear, who as you kind of run past the poacher who has kind of caused all of this. You feel this, like you hear like the wind of this owlbear moving its face toward you with a very sharp beak. As you go to leave its range. Oh, but not even close. 15 armor class?
Yes.
I guess kind of close. With a total of a 12, you feel this big, heavy, like knife of a beak swing past you, and you realize what goes by. But you reach, you make your way up to the poacher. You're a human, so you probably have like, a 1.5 to 2 feet on this dwarf poacher who's now up in your face.
Sure.
But you hear like the growl of his wolf next to him. You're swinging your weapon, you said?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give us an attack.
That's 12 plus his bonus is 5, so that's a 17.
That is a hit indeed. You have struck the poacher with your. Sorry, what weapon you got?
We're going with the short sword.
Okay.
And total of 7 damage.
Ooh. Do you and that was on the die, right?
Yes.
You also add your strength modifier to that.
10 then.
10 damage to the poacher. My. You slash into the poacher's chest, right, kind of like where Bertrand got hit by the owlbear, and you see him immediately like start stumbling back in pain. He's like, I'm gonna get you for that, and then I'm taking my eggs and leaving.
At that point, I'd like to just, if I could, just turn my head towards the wolf.
Yeah.
And just shout out, and like a battle cry, but just shout at the wolf to hopefully scare him away.
Go ahead and roll me. This is gonna be an intimidation check.
All right. And this one I get +1, and that's total of 13.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a counter roll from the wolf here. See how intimidated he is. 13, you said?
Yes.
The wolf seems to kind of be unsure of what's going on. It was ready to kind of like go to battle with its like handler, and as you run up and like cut a huge gash into the hunter, the wolf kind of looks around confused. Its growl kind of like turns to more of like a whimper, but it has not yet like abandoned his holder, but is certainly ready to dart. It would seem. That's going to bring us to our first break, and we will pick up with the second half of the round after the first break. Hello, hello. Welcome back to 10-Sided Dice. We are back in the throes of battle here. Chibi Chung and Bertrand are going to battle with this poacher, his wolf Poochie, and this confused owl bear at the center of it all. So we've had some blows taken along the way here already. We've got 2 more spots in the initiative. We have Bertrand and we have Poochie. So as seeing that the owl bear has already kind of used its attack of opportunity for the round, he's already hit into Bertrand and he's already taken a beak stab at you, Chibi Chung. You see that Bertrand is able to kind of get away out of range of the owl bear a bit, kind of trots back like 20 feet. He knocks an arrow into his bow and he's going to fire it at Poochie the wolf, seeing that you have to have a decent handle on the hunter. So here was Bertrand's arrow shot. Bertrand's having a tough day. He pulls the arrow up and is barely able to aim it, and as he's injured, he fires, and you hear it like hit into the stone wall of the cave and shatter the arrow. You hear, I just missed him a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do real here. This is gonna be a check on Poochie. Poochie, I think, is gonna. This is gonna be a morale check for Poochie after the last round. Okay, Poochie's in it. Poochie is giving it one more go before he abandons his master here. He stays around and he is going to try and leap up and bite at you, Chibi Chung. Armor class is 15.
Yes.
The wolf had a total of exactly 15. It's going to be a hit here. These 2 smaller but still sharp claws kind of reach up and slice into your armor. It's going to be a total of 5 slashing damage. And I need you to roll me, at your leisure, a strength saving throw.
Strength, okay. It's a total of 14.
That's enough to save. You see this thing put its whole weight on you as it kind of tries to claw down, tried to shove you to the ground and prone you, and you're able to just kind of push him off, push the wolf back off you, and you guys are back into your battle stances. That is the end of the first round of combat. We are back to the top with Gerald the Poacher. Let's see, I think seeing that he is already kind of pinned by you against the cave wall here, not wanting to risk a quick slice as he tries to go for the egg, it has to swap to his.
So he originally shot a crossbow bolt into me.
Yes, right.
Which I have sticking out of me, I assume. All right. And so, but he's not able to reload his crossbow bolt.
No, yeah. You see him, he has to fully drop his crossbow bolt to the side, and he pulls out from his side like a dagger, and kind of like one swoop goes for a slash up at you with it.
All right.
And his crossbow his crossbow is on the ground now. That is going to be a miss. You see him slash up, and you're able to kind of like block it with your forearm before he can really get a good dig in at you. That is Gerald the Poacher. Why won't you just leave me alone? He says. That brings us to the owlbear. So let's see. Between you're both kind of out of range of the owlbear now, so he's going to have to move. But he is, you see it like continue to look around aimlessly, confused by its affliction still. We're going to have you roll once again our random die of a D8 to determine where the owlbear is going.
4, back to Bertrand.
Back to Bertrand, this poor guy. Yeah, you see it turn away from the cave mouth and start running toward Bertrand, who's at 3 hit points right now and is like holding up his bow. And the owlbear runs up and tries to swing its claws down on him again.
Oh,
no. Bertrand, let's see. Bertrand... The owlbear gets a, let's see, I'm lost in the sauce here. Owlbear gets a +6 on its attack. and that is going to be a 16 to hit
Oh, he
Bertrand.
hit him. I think Bertrand's done. At least he's unconscious.
Oh, yeah. He ends up taking, this is 14 slashing damage from the owl bear. You see this thing raise up over Bertrand again, and you hear this sickening as the claws kind of come down on Bertrand. He falls down into a clump on the ground. Whether or not he's still with you is to be determined, but he is certainly down for the count right now. And the owl bear kind of like turns back toward the cave where there's still some action. We are back to you, Chibi Chung.
Well, let me ask first. He's now at how many negative hit points, Bertrand?
Oh, he's in going to our death saving throws for sure.
Okay. And with the owl bear turning towards me, there's no way that I can bind him so he doesn't lose any more hit points or go to die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to finish off Bertrand. I'm sorry, the
Gerald
dwarf.
the poacher, yep.
Or the dwarf poacher, because maybe the owl bear will realize that I'm trying to help it a little bit.
All right. Before you go, in our your next go, we're gonna cut to our second break of the show, and we'll be right back and see how the action. Greetings. Welcome back to our adventure, our Dungeons and Dragons tale, Trouble in the Dark Forest. Trouble indeed, as our Chibi Chung and Bertrand are in the throes of battle here. Bertrand has just fallen down unconscious under the weight of this owl bear, and you are going to try and finish off this poacher in front of you and see if you can turn the tide of the battle here. So, going for another slice with the sword?
I am.
All right, give it a go here.
Oh, that's not as good. 6 plus 5 is 11.
11. The owl, sorry, the poacher is able to kind of, he's like a dwarf, so he's able to like duck under your blade as it comes under him or goes over his head, swipes by, evades you. I think you also, if you're interested, as a third level fighter, do have an action surge at your disposal.
Well, then what I will do is...
And a second wind. Second wind is a bonus action, gives you a little bit of hit points back, and then the action.
I better do that. I
Attack.
better do the second win because I'm down more than 50% of my hit
Okay,
points.
so you're gonna drop into your second wind. How it kind of plays out is he searches inside himself for an extra burst, and he finds a little bit of more endurance. So you're gonna roll a D10 and add your Constitution modifier.
That's an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Boom, 10 hit points back to Chibi Chung. Very nice move. So you have your bonus action. You've done your regular action. You still have an action surge. If you want to use it, get another swing in, or you can save it.
What I'm going to do is save that.
Okay. We're going to continue along in the track then. That is Chibi Chung. Let's see.
Bertrand's out.
Bertrand is next and is out. He's going to roll a death saving throw back here. It's a 5. That is one death saving fail for Bertrand. He is on his way out. And it ends with Poochie. Poochie is going to try and take another claw swipe at you up in the grill. This one's going to also be a miss. Poochie and his handler, Gerald, are kind of starting to fumble under the pressure here. It's back to the top. We are at Gerald. Gerald just has his knife now. His crossbow bolt has fallen. He's taking one last swipe at you, if he can. This one's going to be a hit for 16, I believe is a hit, right?
Yes.
It'll be 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
Knife kind of comes across your shoulder, gives you a good cut, and he says, your friend's down and you're next. Do you know that?
I said, I'm not as long as I'm here to face you and to stand over you like this. You're going down.
stand over you. Is that supposed to be a dwarf joke?
It's a joke or a reality?
So that's Gerald with the miss. Very pivotal. There it is. Roll coming up here. We're going to see where the owlbear is turning his attention to this turn. So we're going to switch to a D6. Going to be between you, the poacher, and Poochie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5.
5.
Poochie.
Owlbear, a little bit of a turn now with this archer out of the way. The owlbear runs and turns and starts charging toward all three of you in the cave, toward where its eggs are. And you see the owlbear come up and raise its arms and bring its claws down on Poochie the wolf. That's a natural 20 for anybody there.
Bye-bye, doggy. Bye-bye. Sorry.
Roll some damage real quick.
Yipe, 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 yipe.
That is 16 total slashing damage. You see the owlbear come down on this wolf, and it has claws for slashing, but this thing's probably like 2 tons, and just comes down on the wolf, and just you hear it, and the whole thing just kind of crumples into the ground. The Poochie, the timber wolf, is no more. And the owlbear kind of like rears up and looks between the two of you, you and the poacher. It is your turn, Chibi Chung.
I'll turn to the poacher and I'll say, "This is your last chance. Leave the area now. Leave this owlbear alone."
Let's see. Roll me a persuasion check, or I'll give you an intimidation check. Probably better.
All right. That's a 15 plus 1 is 16.
You see this poacher look at you and look to the owlbear and go, "All right, you win." And he goes to run out the cave door, the cave mouth. The owlbear, however, is going to try and take one last beak stab at him as he goes to run.
As he goes to run, "Get out of here, you bum!"
Oh, very interesting. You see it does peck into the poacher as it goes to flee. Doesn't do a whole bunch of damage, but you see it stabs into his side with this as he runs, and you call him a bum as he's running that way. He runs ahead. You see that the strike from the beak ripped at his satchel, which falls behind him as he starts to run off. The tension for a moment ends. You are now face to face with this owlbear as the only two people left. Real quick, I'm going to roll a death saving throw for Bertrand. He succeeds that one, and you are now alone with this owlbear.
All right. Do I have access to get away from the cave mouth, away from the owlbear, maybe go over to where Bertrand is?
The owlbear is in between you and the satchel and Bertrand, and is kind of like staring you down.
How did that happen? All right.
And you face to face with this owlbear as the combat kind of starts to fade a little bit, though your life is still a little bit in danger. Is where we're gonna stop for our third episode here.
All
we
right.
will pick up next time. Chibi Chung alone with the owlbear in the cave. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Pop, for LT
Sure.
for coming and playing, and we will see you next time on 10-Sided Dice. Thanks so much.
Bye.